This situation kicks off with what appears to be a routine act of public filming, but quickly escalates into a tense constitutional standoff. A citizen is standing in a publicly accessible area, recording what he believes is protected under the First Amendment. But almost immediately, law enforcement steps in, questioning his presence, his intent, and even demanding identification.
I'm okay, thanks. I'm sorry? I'm just taking some photograph from the public sidewalk.
No, you're not. This is a restricted area. There's no
Okay,
photography
can you
over
give
here.
me my space, please? I'm just taking some pictures, sir.
You're not allowed to.
This is a lawfully protected activity, sir. Do you know that we have
This is a secure area. You're not supposed to be taking photos over here.
I'm actually in a public sidewalk right now. This is the public.
And you're taking pictures of a state facility where this
I'm
is
just
a
working on a
secure
little
area.
story, sir. I understand. I'm just working on a little story, and I'll be on my way. I
You're
have
not
no
allowed
ill
to
will.
photograph over here, okay?
Sir, can you please give me my space because you're like...
There's plenty of space in between us right now.
Okay. I'm just practicing my First Amendment right to film in
I'm
public.
just letting you know you can't photograph over here.
Sir, I have to disagree with you on that. This is a public sidewalk, and I'm just taking some pictures of your nice building.
And you're taking pictures of a secure area where we bring the prisoners in.
Well, I don't know what you guys do back here, but
I'm letting you know.
Well, that's fine, sir. I'm in a public
I'm
area.
asking you to leave now.
Well, sir, you can't tell me to leave from a public area.
I'm asking you to stop filming this area specifically. You can take pictures of the outside of the building. Not over here, you can't.
Is that like a lawful demand?
I am explaining to you what you're allowed to do, okay?
I understand. I know what I'm allowed to do. I'm a photographer. I know my rights. I can film
You're
in
over
public.
here filming a secure area where prisoners are brought in.
Well, sir, I don't know who you guys bringing in here. I'm just filming from
I just
public.
explained that to you.
Okay, well, that's fine, sir. I'm just
So I'm
taking
going to
some
ask you to go somewhere else and take your photographs.
Are you a supervisor? Can I speak to your supervisor? Because
Absolutely.
I'm just exercising my right to film in public, sir.
Capitol Police, the Sheriff's Department. I need a supervisor out here. This gentleman seems to have an issue with the instructions I'm giving him. You're more than welcome to film the other parts of the building. This area right here is a secure area where prisoners are brought in.
I got 12 on the way out there, Dave.
Okay?
And I understand, sir. I'm not, like I said, I have no ill will.
I know.
I'm just working on a little story.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm just working on a little story.
It just looks suspicious.
Before we dive deeper into the confrontation, the narrator sets the stage for what this channel represents: audits, accountability, and constitutional education. This is important because it frames the entire encounter not just as random footage, but as part of a broader movement focused on police transparency. What stands out here is the intent. This isn't framed as provocation, but as documentation. The channel emphasizes education, awareness, and citizen rights. Whether you agree with auditing or not, this perspective highlights a growing trend where individuals actively record public authority figures to test constitutional boundaries in real time.
To us when someone's over here with a phone taking photographs of law enforcement coming in and out of a secure area where the prisoners are brought in.
Well, I understand your point.
You can understand
I
that,
understand your
can't you?
point, but you need to understand too that we have the right to film in public.
I understand that, but this area is not. It's not like you can go into the building and take photographs either.
Well, with inside the building you can. With
No, you can't.
with
No.
prior authorization you can.
Yeah, but you're not going to get prior authorization.
Well, I'm in public right now.
All right, but this area is a secure area, which I've explained
Sir,
to you.
there's no such thing as a secure sidewalk. There's no sidewalk here.
See this area right here?
I understand.
This is all state property right here. You're not allowed to photograph this.
Well, if it's owned by the state, that means I'm allowed to.
You are not.
That means we paid for it, sir.
Sarge.
Are you a supervisor, sir? I'm a private investigative journalist. I'm gathering content for a story, and I'm right here in the public area. Gentleman over here, what's your name? 8066 is not allowing me to.
I'll call, what's his name, Steve? Let me call the captain. You're gonna have to wait at the front of the building.
Okay,
you
well.
can't film outside here.
Well, sir, that's exactly what I'm trying to explain to him. This is a public accessible area. You guys have private area behind those fences, but this is public right here. So he cannot tell me that I cannot record this area. I'm working on a story. And I don't know if you're aware about the DHS memo. The Department of Homeland Security issued a memo in 2018 that explains how you're supposed to approach me in an incident like this.
Let me give it. I'm gonna go with
I'm just asking why you were here, why you were taking photographs.
And I'm telling you, I'm working on a story.
All right.
I have no ill will. You approached me really close.
Yeah, that's fine. Just
I approached you really close.
Well, it's on video, sir.
Yeah, this distance right here.
Just stay away from the gate and our Sally Port. If you want to stay on the sidewalk, that's fine.
Okay, so there you go. You've been informed that
And were you over here filming?
I could be right here. I could be right here if I want. I could be right there if I want.
You got it. He's going to take care of you over there, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Just stay away from our gate.
He needs
and
to
our
stop
Sally
bothering
Port.
photographers.
Just stay away from our gate
That's
and
what
our
we do
Sally
this
Port.
for.
But please, just stay away from our gate and Sally Port because we have a lot of traffic coming into the gates.
Understood. You're very nice. You're very nice. He's a jerk.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Another walk of shame. Look at him. He walked all the way from over there to walk right back.
Here we see the first major conflict point, whether the filming location is truly restricted or publicly accessible. The individual clearly asserts he is standing on a public sidewalk, engaging in lawful photography. Officers, however, immediately challenge that assumption, labeling the area as restricted due to a connection to secure facility operations. This is where legal interpretation becomes critical. Public sidewalks generally carry strong First Amendment protections. However, proximity to secure government infrastructure often introduces gray areas that depend heavily on exact boundaries and posted restrictions.
What are you doing?
Don't you surround me.
What are you talking about? I'm not surrounding you.
Don't surround me.
I have just as much right to be here as you do, right? I mean, in fact, I have more right. This is my work. This is where I work. I'm just curious if there's something I can do to help you. You're making our citizens inside feel a little bit uncomfortable.
And I look like my phone in his hand.
You know what I'm saying? You're making my staff inside feel a little bit uncomfortable. They're curious what your business here is. Could you give me some insight?
What's your name and badge number? What is your name and badge number?
Why are you asking?
Because
I don't know who you are. Why are you
public
asking
official.
about who I am?
Y'all surrounding me.
What
I'm not
are you
surrounding
doing,
you.
sir?
I'm standing here talking
What's
to
your
you.
name, ma'am? What's your name and badge number?
She doesn't have to tell you anything.
So you're not a public official?
See right there? Are you one of them constitutionalists? Is
Get
that
away,
it?
get away from me,
You know
man.
what? I'm not by you, you're by me.
Why
This
are
is where I
you
work.
on this property? That's the question. Why are you on this property?
Am I being detained?
No,
You,
you're not.
actually, you are now because we got a call in reference to you being on this property.
What property is this?
This is the Davenport Police Department,
Who funds it?
the city of Davenport.
Who funds the city of Davenport?
The staff inside. It's
Everybody
this
that's
behind the
A
pillars.
taxpayer, right? So this is public property, like you said earlier.
However, we
We're
have
gonna
the right
do the
to.
constitutionalist thing.
However,
Can you go ahead and educate me?
we do have the right
I
to
love-
detain you at this point because
Okay,
you're acting
how about-
suspicious on our property.
So did I.
This is the
agree?
Davenport, Iowa Police Department. Territory, Ohio says
Correct.
you must have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. This is public property.
This is reasonable articulation of a crime
No,
right
it's not.
now.
Remember the part where you were tucking behind this pillar right here?
So, as a public official, I am going to ask for your ID at this point in time.
Sir,
So, if
call
you
your
do not
supervisor.
provide-
Call
if
your
you do not
supervisor.
provide your
Call your
identification
supervisor.
at this
Call.
time,
I don't have to.
I am going to take you and place you under arrest
For what crime?
because you failed to provide an ID.
Territory, call your supervisor. Call your boss.
Listen, I don't.
Okay,
First of all, I don't
here's
have
the
to get
deal.
authority from my boss to do my job.
You do.
Okay.
I'm asking for a supervisor.
You need to walk then, sir. Off this property, off of.
At this stage, the disagreement escalates into a direct constitutional argument. The officer clearly asserts the area is part of a secure zone where prisoners are brought in and therefore restricted from photography. The auditor counters with a strong First Amendment claim, emphasizing public space rights and lawful observation. This is where the conversation shifts from casual disagreement to legal interpretation battle. The key issue here is proportional authority. Security concerns are valid in sensitive government areas, but constitutional protections do not automatically disappear in publicly accessible zones.
All government property.
I'm here to
Go.
file for a records request, though. That's what I'm
You
here
need
to
to
do.
walk away. Well,
That's what I'm here to do. File for
All
a
right, goodbye.
I need to talk to your PO. Please don't touch me.
Get on the phone.
Please don't touch me.
Get on the
Please don't touch me,
We have
sir.
a lot-
away or we're
listen,
gonna
we
take
got
you
a
to
lot of
jail.
issues with
Please don't touch me. Davenport Police Iowa
Take
Department.
away.
Sir,
Keep
if you
walking.
touch me, Don't
Keep
you,
walking.
sir? I'm asking for a FOIA records request.
You work at a restaurant.
Well, you're gonna have to call for that now. Go ahead.
Get your
You need to
PO.
leave.
Can you get supervisor?
You need to leave.
Get supervisor. I'm on the sidewalk.
What's a
You need to leave. I'm on the
It's
sidewalk.
a public place, and now we're asking you to leave.
What?
That's correct.
What?
Civilians inside all hanged up.
Well, I'm asking for FOIA records before he blocked
Sir,
me.
you need
I'm
to
going
leave.
this way. I'm going this way. I'm going this way.
How about doing
Then
on the
go
other
on
side?
that side of the road.
No, there's a sidewalk up there.
Yep. And now you've caused enough concern over here. You're going to
Because you're surrounded. Because you're surrounding me.
I'm not surrounding anything. How can I surround you with one person?
Because you got all these cops surrounding me.
Hey, come on. Don't try to be. Don't try
Go to the other side of the street, sir.
Davenport, Iowa Police Department. Davenport, Iowa. Get a supervisor.
Listen, you walk around and film all you want. If you come back over by and you start freaking out my civilian staff, we're going to resolve it, okay?
If you resolve it, better be legal.
Not my staff.
It
It
is
better be legal. No, it's not.
Like I said, you are being not legal at this point in time. You have a
Hey,
public
sir,
official
are
asking you
you-
for your identification.
Territory House says you must have a reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime.
You're out here being reasonable and articulate right now. You're actually being unreasonable, right?
Look at all these
Because
cops.
there's no reason
one
for you to
person.
be here.
I asked for a FOIA records request, and he told me to leave.
Because of the situation right now,
You had plenty of opportunities. Just kept
because of
filming.
the situation right
And I
now,
asked
you
for
are
a full-
making everyone very uncomfortable. So,
If you're scared of a camera,
no, don't know what else you have on you, and the
Just
way
don't
that
touch
you're
me.
acting,
don't touch me. We
It's
can have
not
any
proper.
issues. They're not constitutional. I have the constitutional right to do this. Hey, are you the supervisor? I was trying to come in for a FOIA records request. Okay. And this.
The request for a supervisor signals a turning point in the interaction. When frontline communication reaches an impasse, escalation to higher authority often becomes necessary to prevent misunderstanding from turning into unlawful detention or unnecessary conflict. What's notable here is that the auditor immediately recognizes the importance of chain of command review. At the same time, officers attempt to justify their instructions based on perceived security concerns. This moment highlights a core issue in many public filming encounters: lack of consistent training or understanding of constitutional filming rights versus facility-specific restrictions.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to go in there and do right now. Okay. So they're all surrounding me. You guys are all surrounding me for no reason. That's what I'm trying to do. Can I? Dude, you should have seen it earlier. You should have seen it earlier, though.
Just a little different, a little elevated time. Want a records request? Go and get a record.
Okay, so I can go in there.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
we also do it online.
No, but I want to go in there and get a record and get a form so I can do a records request. There's nothing wrong with
You can
that.
fill that online.
No, I want to go in there. This is public. This is taxpayer funded building.
Records is
We're closed.
shut
Limited
down,
business. Come back
and
later.
you are acting the way you're acting.
Because you all surrounded me.
That's not true. You were acting that way before I even approached
You guys all I only get franked that we guys.
Hence the reason we got a call on you, correct?
If your concern is you want the records request, she's giving you a couple different ways you can do that.
Well, I'm trying to get the form. Well, give me the form.
What do you need? What records request do you need?
I need to find out what your department budget is. It's for a documentary.
That'll be over across the street at City Hall.
Problem
And
solved.
they're also shut down.
And I also want your guys' department personnel files. I want to know who all you guys is.
You can do all that somewhere else.
That's over
Y'all
across
didn't
the street.
identify yourselves.
Sergeant Turner, number 670. Freedom of Information form, I think is probably online as well, but you probably have to get that from HR too.
Okay.
Okay. Problem solved, right?
Problem solved, man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
This is public property, though. This is public sidewalk. This is not your
But
facility.
you are now being asked to leave, which
I'm not
I'm
doing
gonna
that.
ask you to leave.
It's a public facility, though.
So if
It's
you
a public property.
refuse to leave, you are going to be
Can you-
trespassed, and I will issue a citation.
Can
for
you get her?
trespass.
Can you get her, sir? She's wrong. She's wrong. She's wrong, bro. She's wrong, bro. I know my rights. She's wrong.
If you want to go that, it's online.
Okay. I appreciate your time, sir.
Well, I don't know if you can do it on your phone or not. Okay. But you might have to go to a computer, like a laptop or something.
Okay, I'll have to go get one of
But
those.
I know the libraries are closed.
Oh, okay. Due to this situation, I understand that. I completely do.
And I know that's why City Hall's closed.
Oh, okay. I understand
And
that.
they may do it by appointment, they may not.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So
man.
if you give them a call, I don't know how much staff they have in there, but I do know there is some in there.
Okay. I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Thank you for professionalism.
All right, have a good day.
Can you get away from me? Can you get her?
Let's go. Have a good day.
You too, man.
Stay safe.
You too.
Don't get
Oh, I'll try not to, man. I'm trying to stay healthy. I appreciate you guys' time.
Now the situation shifts toward suspicion-based reasoning. The presence of a camera near a secure intake area is interpreted as potentially suspicious activity. This is where perception becomes just as important as law. While filming in public is generally protected, officers often evaluate intent and situational context, especially near correctional or restricted zones. However, suspicion alone does not automatically create legal justification for detention or ID demands. There must still be reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. This moment is critical because it reflects how quickly lawful behavior can be reinterpreted as suspicious depending on location and officer discretion.
Why am I being pulled over? I don't get my name out. Why am I being pulled over? Because I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Okay. But I'm asking to identify you because I was calling you for a legal reason.
I mean, what reason?
Suspicious person.
What laws have I broken?
That's for the investigation.
Well, get a supervisor. Get a supervisor, because I'm telling you, I'm a First Amendment auditor doing a First Amendment, Second Amendment protected activity. The police was called on me. You blocked me in leaving, you better have a damn good reason. Or you better say goodbye.
No, that's not how that's
Okay, all right. Okay. You got your Bodycam on?
It's on.
All right.
Flashing?
I do.
Okay. So, what do you got going on?
I don't answer questions.
And why don't you answer questions?
Because I didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay.
You see where we're going with this?
Yeah, you just want to try to stir up.
No, I'm a First Amendment auditor doing a First Amendment audit is a protected activity on the First Amendment.
What were you doing then that's with your First Amendment?
Filming in public. What is the First Amendment? Let's test you out.
I'm asking you.
No, I know what they are. I mean, that's why I'm up. You swore an oath.
Correct.
Okay, what are they?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Nope.
Damn it, man.
I know, right? So enlighten
All right, First
me.
Amendment.
Enlighten me.
First
What's
Amendment.
going on?
Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of
What's that, cell phone?
press. Okay, any individual can film in public, anything their eyes can see from public. Okay, I mean, that's what I'm doing. They come out, they confronted me. I told them what I was doing. They walked up there, said, you know what? We talked to a deputy, man, you're pretty cool. So I come back down here, they point you in, and here we are. And I'm trying to find out what crime I broke.
So there's no crime being broken.
Am I being detained? Be careful. Am I being detained? Okay. For what crime have I committed?
For an investigation. You don't have to be detained for a crime.
You have to suspect me of a crime.
Correct. Right? I'm dispatched here for a call, right? Right?
Right. I didn't. Well, why aren't you talking to them? I didn't call you.
Well, I'm asking you.
I was leaving.
You're the person I was called for, right?
I was leaving.
Okay.
I'm that day.
And your vehicle was giving us.
Yep,
right?
sitting right over there.
All right. And as I pulled up, you were leaving.
Going back to work.
Right. So here I am.
Trying to find out why I'm in public filming.
No, I had no problem with you.
Oh, well, that's all I'm
Have
doing. I'll answer that
phone?
part.
Have
No.
I addressed your phone at all?
No, that's all. What's the
Okay.
name of this road?
So, sir, have I addressed your phone at all?
No.
Have I said turn your phone off?
No.
So
No, but
how
you're
am I-
blocking my car
how am I
because...
stopping your First Amendment?
Here we see a major shift in tone. After sustained back and forth, a supervising officer steps in and begins de-escalation. Instead of confrontation, we now see clarification. Boundaries are explained, movement is guided, and communication becomes more structured. This is the point where misunderstandings begin to resolve. What stands out is how quickly the environment changes when a higher level authority engages calmly. The tone shifts from control to coordination. This reinforces an important principle. Many public disputes are not about rights being denied, but about unclear boundaries being enforced inconsistently.
You've got this patrol car in front of me.
It has nothing to do with your First Amendment. Right?
Yes.
Right or wrong?
Wrong. Why am I being detained?
Because I was called here. I was dispatched for legal reasons.
I just told you what the reason was.
Okay.
Why am I being detained?
So I have to investigate that.
Investigate it.
Do you think I believe everything I'm told by everybody I stop?
No, and that's what.
Okay, so that's why.
But you got to be. You didn't know
for your
what.
ID, sir.
No.
No?
And
And why not?
Because I have not. I have to commit a crime.
No, you do not. Georgia is a show state.
No. Wait a minute. You said Georgia. Okay. So I need a supervisor. If you just told me Georgia is a stop and ID state.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
How about this?
Okay. You can do it like that.
Is this your vehicle?
No.
Whose vehicle is this?
I don't answer questions. But it ain't mine. And I need a supervisor. That's the second time on Bodycam I need a supervisor.
Thank you.
What's your request for the supervisor?
I'm being detained illegally.
You're not illegally detained, but okay.
And you told me a lie. You told me that it's a stop and ID state. Before you get yourself in trouble and sue, lose your qualified immunity, do you think it's the first time this has happened? No.
So, supervisor's tied up. There's another one responding from a different zone.
All right.
Be here in a little while.
Sounds good.
So then we'll hang out. How's that sound?
It don't sound good.
That's pretty good request, right?
That was my request, unless I'm free to go.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Hello, my friend. Hey, well, shh, people's watching. Will you tell him that Georgia's not a stop and ID state?
Okay.
And I am illegally detained.
The motor vehicle? Let me listen.
I'm illegally detained.
Okay.
I've been asked to leave twice. I've been illegally detained 14 minutes, 38 seconds.
Okay.
And all he says was somebody called me for filming in public. And I asked him what crime I committed, and he's like, he's investigating, and I told him to call you.
Yeah. And what happened is somebody did call reference. They said you had a GoPro and a drone and all that other stuff. And once he calls and talks to you, find out exactly what you're doing, you're free to go.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
can you talk to him when I leave?
I'll explain that to
Okay,
him.
appreciate that. I'm gonna pull both body cams.
Okay.
And I want to hear that conversation, because there's going to be a lot of people bashing y'all, and I don't want that.
Okay.
This is an education, not a show. I'm not doing this to make fun of y'all.
When we do get a call
I understand.
about somebody, we'd have to come see what you're doing. Now,
I know
once
that.
you realize that you're just filming and just not doing
right.
anything illegal,
There you go.
you're free to go.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
Did you learn something? Did you learn something?
We're going to agree to disagree.
Okay, just teach me. And he did not know the First Amendment. He knows the Second Amendment. And if he would have asked for the ID for my Second Amendment, I'd have had to give it to him, but he didn't think about that. Y'all have a good day, man. Y'all take it easy. And there you go. Augusta, Georgia.
This entire encounter highlights a complex intersection between constitutional rights, public space authority, and law enforcement discretion that on one hand, we see a citizen asserting First Amendment protections while documenting a public facility. On the other, we see officers attempting to maintain security protocols around a sensitive government area. The key takeaway here is not simply who is right or wrong, but how quickly communication, perception, and authority can escalate a routine interaction into a constitutional debate. Encounters like this underscore the importance of clear training, respectful communication, and mutual understanding of legal boundaries on both sides.